welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about the essential things that the CEO of Poshmark himself told us are so important to be doing. He actually sent out a newsletter, kind of like something like that, recently in the app, and also you might have received it in your email, and it basically just said these are the key things from the holidays that were taken away from the app. These are things that, you know, are going to bring your closet success. So you need to make sure that you're doing these things. So I'm going to go through each point with you and cover them at a high level, and I'll put the screenshot of what the letter was on the side here as I go through it. But yeah, just make sure that you're doing these things, and it's going to make your closet continue to have success over this year. Okay, so the first point that he makes is more and more people are thinking about their closets, they're thinking about their shopping habits, and they're really trying to save money where they can. Times are tough. I know a lot of people have been saying that for a while now. The economy isn't like the best that it's ever been, and so people are really trying to save money where they can, and Poshmark is a great opportunity for people to save money because it is a secondhand platform. So it's so important to be listing new inventory every single day, and the more you list, the better off you're going to be, because then there's going to be more items for people to pick from. So it really doesn't take that long to list anything on Poshmark, but they actually give a stat that you can list in under 60 seconds, which is truly incredible. So think about how many listings you can get done if you take the time to do it. And another good thing that they talk about along with listing is actually reposhing things that you've purchased that maybe are not your style anymore, maybe things that you just don't want anymore. An interesting stat that they showed us in this letter was that over 8 million items had been reposhed by the end of 2023, which is actually over $120 million that were put into those people's pockets, which is truly incredible. So there's such a power behind reposhing items, and like, I know a lot of people don't like it for whatever miscellaneous reasons that they have, but really, if you are a shopper and a buyer on Poshmark, definitely consider using the reposh tool. I actually do purchase a decent amount from Poshmark, but I haven't had to reposh anything because I've liked everything that I've gotten. And so I haven't had to use it yet, but I know if I purchased something that didn't fit, I would definitely try and use it. It's just a really good tool, and again, you can earn some really good money from something that maybe isn't your style anymore, or maybe just doesn't fit you. Okay, so the next step that they talked about is something that I talk about all the time, and how I talk about how crucial it is to share. Sharing is Poshmark's DNA. This is what makes a platform go around. This is so important to do. So many people don't understand why it's so important, but basically the algorithm favors those who are sharing. And you know, I'm constantly out in public, people see me sharing and they're like, what are you doing? Like, what does that even mean? And to someone that's not on Poshmark, they don't understand what it means to share your listings, but it really just means that you're pushing your items into more feeds. So more people are seeing them, they're gonna come up in, you know, the just shared feed, and they're gonna come up in the search more. And so it's so important to be doing this throughout the day, because your items kind of become like stale, or they get pushed to the back of the feed if they're not being shared that much. So those people that aren't sharing their listings throughout the day, or maybe they don't even share like in a given week, their items are not gonna come up as quickly as someone who's sharing multiple times a day. So it's so important to be sharing as often as you can. I always swear by sharing, you know, once an hour, my entire closet. Now I have 700 items active in my closet, so I give or take some. I might not be able to do it every single hour, but if you have a smaller closet, you could definitely do once an hour throughout the day, and that's going to ensure that you're going to keep bringing in those sales. There are multiple ways that you can share your listings, whether you share them to followers, whether you share them to a Posh Party, whether you share them to a Posh Party Live, or if you share them in a live show or a silent show, or if you do a sell with me show and somebody else auctions them for you. There are so many ways that you can share your items, and that can actually help you sell your items a lot quicker. And the next thing that they talk about is shopping. So actually, it's funny because a lot of people, if they're just mainly a seller, they don't really think about the shopping side of things, but it's actually important to do that as well, because that's what kind of makes the platform go around, is just, you know, the act of selling and posting yourself. So it's so important to also be shopping. Maybe there's something that you want that you haven't, you know, been able to find anywhere, and you know, you can use that Posh lens, which is basically Google Lens but through Poshmark. That's really helpful. And you could also just use the search. I know the search can be wonky sometimes, and so, you know, maybe the search isn't as helpful, but definitely using the Posh lens, that could be good. you never know what you're going to be able to find on Poshmark, and you're going to get a great deal, and that's just going to help the platform go. And also, for those of you that are in Canada, Posh Lens is not currently available, but it will be available in the coming months, so definitely stay tuned if you are there and you don't have it yet. Okay, so these are the main tips that were talked about in this letter, and basically what the CEO is trying to say is that by, refreshing your closet, getting new items, you're not only saving the planet, but you're also helping those fellow Poshers, with their businesses, supporting them, and, you're just doing a good thing. So I always really recommend to shop secondhand, and I think Poshmark is a great place to do that. Like I said, I shop on Poshmark myself, and I also do sell. I mainly sell, but I do shop for things that I would like to get, at a better price than, say, a retail store. And I love to support other Poshers as well, so, it works out really well because I love when Poshers support me, and I like to support them. So hopefully these tips were helpful for you, and hopefully you can take something out of this video and out of the letter that the CEO sent us in the app. And like I said, I'll attach screenshots next to each of the discussion points so you can read the further details, but this was kind of the gist of it. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and if you want to see another video on features that you should be using on Poshmark that you might not have known existed, or like just different secrets about Poshmark, you can click right here. And if you want to see some information on how to go live on Poshmark, how to get started, what are the basic steps that you need to do, what kind of setup do you need, and all of that, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.